In this video, we will discuss about the difference between AWS and Azure portal. AWS and Azure are the major cloud platform picked up by the most of the organization, but they differ from each other. Let's discuss some significant difference between them. The first one is that it is possible for the AWS EC2 users to configure their VMS and pre-configured images, but Azure users have a select the virtual hard disk to build a virtual machine which is pre-configured by the third party, and also they have to specify the number of cores and required memory. And the second one is that AWS provide a temporary storage which will be allocated them, and instance is begun and demolished when it is completed, and S3 for other storage. However, Azure provides temporary storage by block storage via page blobs for virtual machines and block blobs for object storage. And the third one is that AWS provides VPC, that is virtual private cloud, which helps the user to create separate networks inside the cloud, whereas Azure portal virtual network, which can be utilized to build isolated networks, subnets, route tables, private IP addresses range similar to AWS. And the fourth one is that AWS is less open to private or third party cloud providers, but Azure is open to hybrid cloud system. And the fifth one is that AWS follows pay as you go and change per hours. Azure portals support the same model, but they charge per minute, which gives more accurate pricing model as compared to AWS. And the sixth difference between AWS and Azure portal is that there are more featured and configuration in AWS. Also, it provides more flexibility, power and customization, which support for numericals, third party tools integration. On the other hand, Azure will be easy to use if users are aware of Windows, because it is Windows platform, and on premises Windows servers can be easily integrated with cloud instance to build a hybrid environment. Now let's compare Azure and AWS on the basis of various services. Number one is compute. In AWS, computers are used to carry out the calculation, processing and computing data as per the user requirement. Thousands of processing nodes can be scaled using cloud service server provides. AWS user Elastic Computer Cloud EC2 as a primary solution for scalable computing and for managing software container with Docker, or it uses EC2 and EC2 container registry. Azure utilizes virtual machines for computing, and to scale for large extent it uses virtual machine scale sets. It uses container service for software management in Docker container and container registry for Docker container registry. And the second one is networking. Cloud providing deliver various partners and networks which will interconnect with data center using multiple products. AWS utilize UPC for networking and for cross premises connectivity. It uses the API ELB, that is elastic loaded balancing, is used for load balance during networking. In Azure, a virtual network is used for networking or content delivery and for cross premises connectivity. It uses VPN gateway. It uses a load balance and application gateway for load balancing during content delivery. The third one is storage. AWS utilizes simple storage services, that is S3, which is the longest running than Azure, and it offers various documents and tutorials. Also, it provides archive storage by a glacier. Data archive and S3 infrequent access. For storage purpose, Azure use storage blob which includes blocks and uploads huge blobs effectively. For achieving data, it utilize storage cool and storage achieve. And the fourth one is database. All cloud providers offers the capacity of implement a database in both SQL and non-SQL solution. AWS utilize a relational database as a server which the helps for RDS. It uses NoSQL for Dynamo database and caching for elastic cache. For relational database, Azure makes user for SQL database MySQL and PostgreSQL. Also, it utilizes Commons database for non-SQL solution and Redis cache for caching. And the sixth one is the deploy app. There is a benefit of a cloud service provider that is it is easy to deploy an application. The developers have to deploy their apps on various servers virtually by using PaaS features. Azure has several app development tools which can be used to deploy apps on different servers. These tools are container services, functions, batch cloud services, etc. AWS provides related solutions with Elastic Beanstalk, batch, lambda, container service, etc. But it does not have various features on app hosting. And the sixth one is that open source developers. AWS is a good option for open source developer because it allows Linux users and provide various integrations choices for various open source applications. Azure offers the ability for enterprise user to use the current activity directory account to sign on the Azure portal and run the .NET framework on Windows, Linux, etc. And here we discuss the conclusion of our whole videos. With the above comparison and differences, it is found that both cloud platforms, that is AWS and Azure, have strong capabilities and it is hard to select any one of them. AWS is more flexible and provides extra features, but when it comes to hybrid cloud and integration with Microsoft stack, Azure is an excellent choice. Therefore, organization can choose any of the cloud platform according to their requirements. Thank you.